Hey, good afternoon. This week on Market Watch, I want to touch on inflation and go over a pretty big media headline that we saw this week. First of all, inflation. The most common reading that we see when it comes to inflation is the annualized, so over the past 12 months. This week, I want to touch on month over month because it is so telling to what is going on. So if we look at inflation from February to March, as a whole, it increased 1.2%. Now, if we look at just the core reading, which strips out food and energy prices, it increased 0.3% from February to March. So what that tells us is that big jump in inflation was due to the increase in oil prices and food that we've been seeing. Second, big media headline on mortgage originations being down. So important that we go deep on this because it's just not telling when we look at mortgage originations in 2022 compared to 2021, so a year-over-year comparison. Because as we know, we were in a pandemic last year and interest rates were at historic lows. So it's just not a fair comparison from 2021 to 2022. If we look at the past 10 years, in 2022, we are at record highs for originations and purchases making up the majority of them. And we have more cash buyers than we've ever had before. So people are absolutely still out there buying, and it's not that people have completely stopped. So important that we go deep on this because it can really spark fear for people out there buying when they see things like mortgage originations they're down, people aren't buying, and just really not give the full story behind it. So that's it. I hope you have a great weekend and talk to you next Thursday.